Hey there, welcome to all the new subscribers. I just want to take a moment to introduce myself and my channel. For a lot of you, this channel basically doubled in size in the last 30 or 36 hours. So I thought it was time to introduce myself a little bit for those of you who are brand new here. My name is Lee. I am co-owner of the Devil's Advocates Group, LLC. I am the primary content creator and investigator of true crime cases. I focus on the presumption of innocence until proven guilty in a court of law. I have two cases I primarily follow, which is the Idaho 4 and the Luigi Mangione, the alleged shooter in the United Healthcare situation, the CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson. Those are my two main cases. So if you're following, you're brand new and you came to me because you've got on one case, you may be surprised why you're hearing about another case. I wanted to explain that a little bit to you. My style, in case you haven't figured it out yet, is very fast talking, conversational style. I like to imagine that we're having a conversation on my couch, having a drink, just socializing, relaxing. It's just us sharing some thoughts. I have a focus on education and information. I like to get into the weeds and explain things to people who aren't quite aware about our legal system and how the law works. I break down law and legal terms on a regular basis. And no, I'm not an attorney, but I just happen to be really particularly good, I guess, at analyzing the law and interpreting what it means and how it was meant to be. I also get into some of the legal documents and appellate courts and things like this. So that's what you get. Yes, I'm a little vulgar from time to time. I will drop the occasional F-bomb. I try not to do that a whole lot. So I understand some of you are very turned off by that. You might want to find a different content creator if that's the case. But I get a little bit of vulgar, a very irreverent, very fast talking, and I also over-explain. But I am working on that because one of the things that's happening as we're growing as I'm experiencing some growing pains. One, I'm very, very newly monetized, so keep this in mind. Some of you have complained about the number of ads you're serving. I didn't even know how that works. It just happened. I just got monetized. So now I'm working on reducing some of those ads for you because I'm listening to content. I also have realized that some of you really had a problem this last video I made about how many times I repeat myself. I have some issues I'm working through. I will go ahead and take that constructive criticism and work on bringing that down a little bit. I want to tell you a little bit about the videos that you'll see on here and how you can curate your experience on the Devil's Advocates channel. One, I have a lot of long form videos. That's my specialty. I am over on TikTok as well, but my real specialty is YouTube, and my real focus is YouTube and my long form videos. I do long form deep dives. I do particularly documentary analysis. So there's been 4 or 5 documentaries, for example, on Luigi Mangione. Every time one of those comes out, I give a full review of it. I also reviewed, for example, a folk hero episode of Law and Order that was about Luigi Mangione. All the documentaries about Bryan Kohberger, I tend to have documentaries on those. So if you like to get the deep dives of the documentaries, some of you don't want to watch the documentaries and give your money to people who are putting out a hit piece on those things. So if you want to hear me explain, so you don't have to give them your support by watching their documentary, you can come hear my explanation if you want to do. I've also got some book reviews that I do. I review a book that's related to the Luigi Mangione case. It's An American Sickness by Elizabeth Rosenthal. It's related to how bad the healthcare system is in America. We talk a lot in the Luigi Mangione case about the healthcare system and what kind of person might have wanted to eliminate a person like Brian Thompson and all those issues that go along with it, including how hot Luigi Mangione is and how everybody wants it. That's perfectly fine to talk about on my channel as well. We also get into deep dives on the Idaho 4 and the Howard Bloom, and people will say, well, why are you listening to these people? Howard Bloom is not reputable. You have to understand, my job is to keep up on these cases. So I watch all the documentaries, and some of you wonder why I give them credence. I'm giving support to the hit pieces because my job is to watch those and inform you of what mainstream media and the big heavy hitters like Howard Bloom and now James Patterson are talking about. I go live every single week on TikTok and YouTube simultaneously at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So if you like the live content, you want to come there. I have special guests on there oftentimes. I'll have attorneys or other content providers, other social media people that are willing to join me. As they get bigger, hopefully we'll have bigger people come on and more people. Actually, I shouldn't say bigger because that's offensive to the attorneys that I've had on. Those attorneys are amazing and they've given me a lot of help in the early stages. But what I'm saying is the social media, quote unquote, big names that some maybe aren't paying attention to the channel, maybe we'll get those on there when they know who I am a little bit. But again, I don't want to disrespect the attorneys who have come on our show. They're amazing. And when we get those people on, you really are getting a real treat. I also go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Pacific Standard Time. And then I'll record all those, and those are available for full playback on YouTube, so you can watch those. Again, you can curate your experience. At the very end of this video, I'm going to have links to my 2 playlists, Luigi Mangione and Idaho 4. So if you just want to follow one of those cases, you can follow the playlist. If you want to just specialize on the book club, you can do that. But again, if you see a video come up on your feed and it's like me talking about a book and you're like, what is this? This is not what I signed up for. I do a whole bunch of different types of content. You can curate your experience somewhat by subscribing to the playlist that you like. Last but not least, I want to talk about my Backstage Pass. I have an account on YouTube as well called Devil's Advocates Backstage. It is basically very more irreverent things about me as a person, and it's also where I host my Backstage Pass or After Dark Live on Fridays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We go on Discord. I invite you to join me on Discord. We have a few drinks. We get a little social. We drop a lot more F-bombs, and it'll be a lot more vulgar. And we talk about cases that I'm not necessarily following, like P. Diddy or Karen Reed, and other cases that are of interest, but I'm not following particularly on my channel. So if you like informal and more vulgarity, join me on the After Dark party, have a few drinks, and let's get to know each other. If the vulgarity and stuff offends you and bothers you and you can handle it in small doses, the main channel will be hopefully in small doses for you. There's also some member-only content. I'm wrapping up now, I promise. Member-only content. If you want to become a member for the entry-level fee, which is only $2.99, you can get all kinds of extra content. Things that I'm not ready to go public with. So there's a lot of things that I'm thinking about that you may not know I actually know all about and I've been thinking about, but I don't want to go public because I just haven't vetted it enough. On the members only content, I'll sometimes talk about those things that I'm working on behind the scenes, like, hey, this has got some meat to it, but I'm not going public with that shit until I vet it a little bit more. So if you want to get that kind of content, or if you want to have pre-look aheads for videos that are scheduled to come out days from now, but you want to see them early, consider joining the members only content. Otherwise, I want to say thank you all to the long-time subscribers who have been with me from day one. I've been doing this since about December of 2024. Some of you have been here at that long. Thank you so much for my regulars who have been here and tried and true and supported me as I grow, that you feel pretty excited like I do that you get to be part of something that's growing. For all my new subscribers, holy crap, welcome aboard. Thank you so much for those of you who are leaving positive feedbacks and saying, I can't believe I didn't even know you existed. Now you do. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy the channel.